Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Buenos todos. Buenos tardes todos. All right, you may be seated. I am Daniel Walden. I am currently holding the best job that I've ever had in my entire life, and that is Superintendent President of Victor Valley College. And so I welcome every one of you here today, and we want to welcome our honored guests that are with us on the platform and out front here, our friends, our faculty, the staff, and of course, the reason for being here, these graduates. So we are beginning the commencement for the ceremony of the Victor Valley Adult Educational Regional Consortium. And I say to the students, the graduates that are here, that you are each an example of each district's mission in the Victor Valley region to give you that second chance at a diploma. And you have achieved your goal, and you're here today, and we want to celebrate with you and take this opportunity to congratulate you, the class of 2022. At this time, I'm going to bring to the platform Marcos Guerrero, vocalist and musician with a well-known mariachi band. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the singing of the national anthem. Are you doing the pledge? Okay. All right, it's right over here. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
You may be seated. So graduates, not only have you reached your goal, this immediate goal of graduating from high school with your diploma in our adult education programs, but you're joining a distinct group of alumni that have come before you that have been part of this ongoing year-to-year program that takes students, that gives them a second chance to come back, finish their high school, and get that diploma and go on with their life. And for my part, I hope you all come and enroll in Victor Valley College. We'll take you. We take 100%, the top 100% of every class. So at this point, I'd like to introduce our platform party. And so we'll start over here with Apple Valley Unified School District Superintendent Trenae Nelson and Board President Rick Roel. Stand up. They have to know who you are. There you go. And then the Hesperia Unified School District Superintendent David Olney. And back on this side. And we have Maria Gomez, the Board President. Our Snowline Joint Unified School District Superintendent Dr. Ryan Holman and Board President Marcus Hernandez. Victor Valley Community College, I have with me our President of the Board, Jennifer Tarpley, and the Vice President of Instruction, Dr. Todd Scott. And then Victor Valley Union High School District Superintendent Dr. Ron Williams. And then also on the platform we have our commencement speaker, Michael Wells, and I'll introduce him later, but have him stand so you get used to him. We have out here in our VIP section our Victor Valley College trustee, Sharon Pinkerton, and a couple of local elected officials, Bridget Bennington from the city of Hesperia, the mayor. Is she here? Not here. Well, I know who is here because I talked to her earlier, is Rebecca Swanson from the City Council. Thank you, Rebecca. And then, of course, what really makes this happen at the administrative level, we have our local adult education program directors and workers. So we have Adele McLean from Apple Valley Adult Education and Lucerne Valley Adult Education. Kim Walker, Hesperia Adult School. Chad Brooks, Snowline Adult School. Dr. Lorraine Collins, Victor Valley Adult School. And from Victor Valley College, we have Dr. Mackenzie Tarango. Our Victor Valley Adult Education Regional Consortium, Martha Mendez, she's the manager. And where is she? Right there. And Lilia Aguari, program specialist. And Victor Valley Adult Education counselors, Rebecca Monjerez and Yosia Bernardo. I missed it. Where is she? There they are. I'm going to get in trouble for that. Sorry. And then we want to recognize all of the teachers and the staff from the adult education schools around us. Would you stand wherever you are in the building? And then special thanks, of course, to the planning team, the M&O staff that helped set up all of this, the sound team, all of the volunteers, because you know it takes a lot of people to make something like this happen. So we're just so glad to have every one of you here. At this time, I'm going to welcome to the podium Dr. Todd Scott, the Vice President of Instruction for Victor Valley College.
So it seems like in the last few months, we haven't had much to celebrate. But like I've seen on a bumper sticker of a car, not today, Satan. We're here to party. Congratulations, graduates. I bring you best wishes on behalf of Victor Valley College. We are very proud of you. Tonight is special and a well-earned celebration of your educational accomplishments. In making the decision to complete your high school diploma or equivalency, you have opened the doors to a whole new world of opportunities. It's just waiting out there for you. At this time, I'd like to recognize the following students. So stand up if you fall into this category. So if you completed a career course, a work readiness course, please stand and be recognized. Anyone? Anyone? Well, you're out there somewhere. If you're a parent or a grandparent, please stand up to be recognized. Well deserved, well deserved. Thank you. Have a seat. Tonight we are honored to have 5 class speakers representing each of the adult education programs in our region. I would like to welcome Tracy De La Huerta from Hesperia Adult School. Come on up.
Thank you. Hi. Woo! Okay, so my name is Tracy De La Huerta, and I am proud to say that at the age of 54, that I am a high school graduate from Hesperia Adult School. Woo! So I want to start this afternoon by sharing a truth. Greatness is instilled in all of us. If you could do and be anything, what would it be? The greatness that is in us is in seed form. We have to nurture and grow it. God places that in all of us. We grow to help and make the world a better place and to bring honor and glory to God. This is what helped me to decide now was the time to get my high school diploma. I have 5 kids, 6 counting my nephew, from the ages of 17 to 35. I have always told my kids that education is important and that all things are possible. My daughter and I are graduating in the same year, class of 2022. My youngest is graduating or just graduated from Sultana High School, and I'm graduating from Hesperia Adult School. Wow. This just goes to prove it's never too late to finish your education. Like most of us, we have had to overcome many obstacles to get here today. I had tried a couple times before to get my diploma, but life happened and had to quit. Then fast forward, Corona hit like a brick wall, and after having to stay home with my family, I, like a lot of us, started seeing what was really important. I realized what my priorities were, knowing that life is short and there's no time like the present, and it's never too late to do what you were created to do. Follow your dreams and your aspirations. You see, I felt the Lord God tell me, now's the time to get your high school diploma. You need to be an example to your kids and your sphere of influence. Yes, I recognize his nudge. Now was the time to finish high school, something I started almost 40 years ago. Whew. With God, all things are possible. And like you, I chose to rise. Now, when facing life's obstacles and even through COVID, we have a choice to be defeated or to rise above our circumstances. And this we have done. Woo! We are now high school graduates. Woo-hoo! Yes! We cannot stop here. All things are possible. What's the next step in your journey? Thanks to our transition counselor, Rebecca Monaraz, I am dual enrolled in Victor Valley College, taking classes to earn my associate's degree. Today, thank you. Today, I have completed comparative politics, biology, and I'm finishing up Guidance 101 at Victor Valley College. And get this, I have a 3.4 grade point average in college. Only him. I plan to transfer to a Christian college for my bachelor's, then my master's, and possibly my doctorate in theology. My Hesperia Adult School teacher, Mr. Hoffman, inspired me that all levels of education are now possible for me. My goal is becoming a certified biblical counselor and a pastor. Now I believe that's possible. You see, all things are possible with Christ. So all the teachers at Hesperia Adult School have helped me. They've encouraged me, and they've celebrated me from the very first assignment to the last. My teacher, Mr. Hoffman, is one of the best, and I thank God for placing him in my life. Not only did he help me tremendously with my comparative politics term paper, but also math. Woo. I was also blessed to watch him speak words of encouragement to every single student that walked into that classroom. Mr. Kimmel and Mr. Romero are also blessings and amazing as well. Always willing to help until I understood the math that was in front of me, and they help others as well. These teachers go above and beyond to really help students succeed. Our coordinator, Mrs. Walker, is also very encouraging. She does what it takes to help all students. I am so grateful for Hesperia Adult School, and now I feel I can do whatever I choose to do. At 54 years of age, that's a huge deal. I have choices. I know what I'm called to do, and I will. But if I wanted to do something else, I could choose whatever I want and succeed, because this school has taught me how to succeed. I want to first and foremost say thank you to God for bringing me to and through this. I want to say thank you to my husband, Frank, and my kids, Brianna, Elizabeth, Jeremiah, Daniel, Delilah, Corey, Katrina, Andrea, Chandler, Megan, and my mom for helping me and encouraging me and being my biggest cheerleaders. Thank you to my tutor, Katrina, for helping me most with algebra, my arch nemesis. I love you and will do you proud. To the Victor Valley Adult Education Consortium, thank you for offering this magnificent program to improve our lives and the lives around us. Class of 2022, congratulations, and greatness is instilled in us all. How are you going to grow and nurture your potential greatness if you don't take the next step? You can do and be anything. What will it be? Thank you.
Can't wait to see you, Tracy, in about 2 years when you're valedictorian at the Victor Valley College commencement. Our next guest speaker, Victor Valley Adult School graduate, Ashley Ross.
Okay, I'm nervous, so y'all gotta forgive me. My name is Ashley Ross, and it's an honor to speak in front of such an amazing student body. Today we accomplish a task in which I'm sure we may have all at one point thought was impossible. Well, at least I did. But it's always our hardest mission that seems impossible until the impossible concurred. I'd like to be the first to say congratulations on the graduating class of 2022. I halted my high school journey more than halfway through the ride and embarked on fulfilling my dreams of owning and operating a successful hair salon. But I wanted to show my children that it's never too late to finish school. So at the age of 33, nervous about taking more than I can handle, scared of failing again, terrified of tarnishing the success that I already have, I decided that I would go back to school to get my high school diploma. Scared and all, I decided to give it a go because I learned over the years that although I have been successful in my career, success is not always final. The bar can always be raised. I'm sorry. With the help of Mrs. Del Chepo and Mr. Purcell, I don't see him, but thank you. I was made to feel comfortable with coming back to school. Mrs. Del Chepo helped me a whole lot, especially with setting my goals and finishing as fast as I did. They encouraged me to work hard, have patience, set goals, and this is just the beginning. I'd like to propose to the graduating class of 2022 that this is just the start of the rest of our lives. Set goals, work at them until they're reality. When you feel like giving up, remember why you began in the first place. Start achieving your goals with the end of the journey in mind. And when all else fails, remember, the only person that can make it happen for you is you. Keep pushing and striving to be the best version of yourself, and know that when you stay steadfast and persistent, it's all the way up. And the best is yet to come. I want to thank my whole support team in the back. I see y'all back there. And I want to say congratulations to everybody, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Ashley. Yeah, do it. Great job. From Apple Valley Adult School, Angelica Vega.
Hello. I'm so excited to be here. I would like to start by thanking all of our family and friends who are in attendance today. Your love and support does not go unnoticed, so thank you. It's amazing what you can accomplish when you remove the option of giving up, when you stick to the plan, stay dedicated, and finish what you started. We are all here today because that's exactly what we did, and you should be proud. At the young age of 14, I made a very bad choice to drop out of high school. A choice I've always regretted. I watched as my friends graduated and always wondered what it would feel like to walk on the stage as your loved ones cheered you on and receive a diploma. Today at 46, I am blessed to say I know exactly what that feels like. Going back to school was tough with so many excuses. There's no time, it's too stressful. or my personal favorite, I'll do it next year. But after so many excuses, I'm so glad I gave myself the opportunity and chance to finish what I started 32 years ago. For many of us, this is just the start of something bigger and more exciting. I see college courses in my future and a career that I'm proud of. Whatever we choose next is up to us. I want to thank my family, my incredible kids, and my siblings for being so excited for me. My wonderful husband for supporting my dream, the Apple Valley Adult School Program for always having their doors open for us, and a special shout out to my teacher, Mrs. Watts, for her genuine love and support. I dedicate this diploma to my parents, my mom, who is here today. I love you, Mom. And my dad, who is watching from heaven. And last but not least, I want to thank God, for as we heard before, with God, all things are possible. So remember, it's never too late to go back to school. It's never too late to start a new goal. And it's never too late to want more for yourself. So take a leap of faith and just do it. As we finish this chapter of our lives, we are ready for what's next. I leave us with this quote by Michael Josephson. Take pride in how far you've come, have faith in how far you'll go, but don't forget to enjoy the journey. Congratulations, class of 2022. We did it.
Thank you for that, Angelica. From Snowline Adult School, Shantanae Davis. She's not accepting her award. No, I'm just what? So our next speaker, Gabriel Acuna, he is the first Victor Valley College GED graduate, and we celebrate him and are excited to hear from him and what he has to say.
I want to begin by thanking Victor Valley College for inviting me to speak today. I would also like to give a special thanks to Lilia Aguirre for her guidance and support since the moment that I've called this school. My name is Gabriel Acuna. I'm 31 years old, father to my son Nathaniel Acuna. I'm a new resident and community member in Victorville, having moved only 60 days ago. I recently decided to return to school after many years. Obtaining my general education diploma is only one of my many goals. And I'm not stopping here. Education is a valuable tool and important because it'll help me accomplish my goals. I am now an on-call firefighter for San Bernardino County. Having obtained over 9 certificates of completion, I'm living proof that each and every one of you here today can do whatever it is you set your mind to. What will you do in the next 60 days to a year? I'm not going to stop here. I want to continue my education and get my associate's degree in fire science. Lastly, I would like to thank my family and my father, Jesus Felix, that has been by my side since the beginning. Whenever I called him for help, he answered no matter the time of day. His only response to all my antics was unbelievable. Thanks, Dad. I love you.
So from Victor Valley Adult Education, Megan Hassefus.
Good afternoon, graduates. For more than a decade between when I was supposed to graduate and when I did, I hated this time of year. I would walk through my grocery store and try to ignore the graduation balloons and stuffed animals with caps and gowns. I felt like I was failing over and over, year after year. And for those of you who understand that feeling, you don't have to feel that way anymore. This time next year, those reminders will make you smile. For many years, people told me to just get my GED and move on with my life. And while there's nothing wrong with that advice, it's not what I wanted. I wanted my diploma. After years of searching, I finally found my haven in the Apple Valley Adult School. This program gave me the opportunity to finish what I started, and look at me now. I graduated in 2020 and enrolled here at VBC. Now, just one summer term shy of graduating with an associate degree, I was asked to give this speech. After everything that I've gone through, suddenly I'm somebody with a story to tell. The truth is, all of you have a story to tell. Each one of you has overcome whatever obstacles were in your way. Whatever problems you faced, you pushed aside and you kept going. I have walked the campus of a college, and at 32, I am nowhere near the oldest student. We all get to this point in whatever amount of time is needed. For some of us, life gets in the way, and it takes us a little longer. That just means we're fighters. We fight for what we want. Always remember this moment and this feeling. Feel pride in your accomplishments. Brag a little to your friends and family, because you did it. You are high school graduates. Congratulations.
So it didn't take us long to find a stand-in for Shantanae Davis, and that's Mr. Chad Brooks.
Hello, everyone. Mrs. Davis couldn't be with us tonight, but I really felt like her speech should be heard, so I wanted to read it for you. You never know what life will throw at you. For me, it was getting shot months before my graduation at 18, and then he got paralyzed, not knowing if every day or even 12 years was a promise to me. My daughter was only 6 months at the time, and she's 12 now. I always said I would go back to school. When she started school at 6, but I ended up getting sick and in the hospital on and off for months. So that prolonged me getting my diploma. And then when I felt strong enough, the adult schools were full. And then I met Yvette about 3 years ago. She mentioned Snowline Adult School. I then ended up getting sick again, and that prolonged me getting my diploma once again. I then told myself that if there will always be pain or random hospital stays, I'll never get my diploma. So through pain, hospital stays, and being a mom, I worked tirelessly and I got my diploma at 30. So whatever life throws at you, always get back up and don't give up. I got back up and you got back up. We succeeded against all odds. I tear up every time I say I did it. My family keeps mentioning how proud they are of me. Overall, success feels incredible, man. I know some of you know the feeling. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Well, these stories were so inspiring. You know what I love about our public education system, our K-12, our adult school consortium, our community colleges like Victor Valley College? We don't brag on the fact that we turn 90% away. We don't find it to self-esteem, to what we're doing, to brag about we only accept 7% or 10% or 15% of our applicants. I don't know why any institution would ever consider those bragging points, because every human being is 100% valuable and deserves the very best that they can get. Every human being. That's why I do what I do. That's why these folks do what they do. That's why these teachers and faculty do what they do, because it's all about these students. Every decision has to be student-based. Everything we do, the money that we spend, all of our decisions need to be around what is best for students. And that's why I love this work. This is a privilege, and you should be proud to be part of it. I'm just saying that to you graduates. You should be proud to be part of it. I'm not the speaker today, but I'll tell you why that I do community college work. Because community college changed my life. And I am just here to give back. So they always know if they have me doing anything, I'm going to say what I feel like I want to say, so that's it. We're very happy today to have our commencement speaker, and his name is Michael Wells. Michael is our keynote speaker as the Chief Executive Officer of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Redlands, Riverside, and we're so happy to have him. He just took over the CEO position in December of 21. This is quite remarkable. And in his first 6 months, I don't even think it's been 6 months yet, he has led the organization to triple the number of kids and families they serve to over 7,000 every day across 7 cities in the Inland Empire, including here in Victorville. So Michael is known as an optimistic leader who builds strong teams that solve problems and exceed expectations. He has a background with a litany of leadership in various roles in corporate America. He holds a Master of Business Administration and a Bachelor of Science in Global Business Management with an additional concentration in finance. And so with that, Michael, we welcome you and we look forward to the things you have to say. Come on.
Class of 2022, look at you. Look at you. Now, the smiling faces behind me are because of you. All the people in the stands are here because of you and what you've done. So take in this moment. Be really, really proud of what you've accomplished. So I am honored and humbled to spend a few minutes speaking to you, and I thought about what I might share with you because my professional story may have some things in common with some of your stories. And I thought there are 3 things I'd want to leave you with. So I'll share what those are now. I'll talk a little bit about each, and then I'll have a few closing comments. And the first thing is to live in this moment and live your life moment by moment. For those of us who have made a few stumbles or mistakes in life, sometimes we can drag those regrets with us. And they can steal the joy from moments like this. Don't let anything steal your joy. You've accomplished this. So I'll talk a little bit about living in the moment. I'll also talk a little bit about the importance of whatever you choose to do in life, do your very best at it, because that builds trust. And trust is the key to all relationships. For your best friends, for your spouse, for your loved ones, or even a job where you work at, trust is at the cornerstone of its success. So I'll talk a little bit about that. And I am in the room with the graduating class that is full of superheroes. And if you don't believe me, when I'm done talking, you will believe me. I'm gonna share with you why you are superheroes, why your lives are changing the world that you live in every single day. Okay? But let me start with, In my professional journey as a young kid, I had a plan. So I've only planned a couple things in life, and I did not meet either plan successfully. But I'll tell you about that. So I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, to a single mom of 4 kids, and life was tough. We waited in food lines to get food, and I actually thought Santa Claus brought the Christmas tree because when I went to bed on Christmas Eve, there was no Christmas tree. And if my mom could find one tree out there somewhere and bring that home, then that's how it showed up. So I had this big idea. My big goal is I was going to be that kid who took care of their mom when he grew up. So everything I did from that moment on, that was my goal. So I shoveled snow in the winter, I cut grass in the summer, I had a paper route, and I was in the hood in Detroit, so I got robbed a few times on that paper route, but that's okay. I kept that paper route because I had a plan. And I knew I needed to go to school. So everything I did, I wanted to get good grades. And I was a good student. I got A's and B's. I wasn't one of those straight A students, but I did well. And I wrote for the school paper, and I joined a student council, anything I could do to get into college, because that was my big goal. Well, you know, sometimes God has different plans. And so on a morning in November when I spent the weekend at my cousin's house, I got a phone call. And something had happened to Mom, and I needed to go home. And when I get home, I was told that my mother had a brain aneurysm, and they did not think that she would live. And we needed to go to the hospital. And I said, I'm not going to any hospital. My mom's going to be fine. I am not going. I'm going to stay here. So my family went to the hospital, and about 12 hours later, they came home, and they said, your mom is brain dead. She's not going to wake up, Michael, and you need to go to that hospital and say goodbye. And I said, I'm not going to that hospital. I'm not going to say goodbye. I don't believe you. That was that chain, that decision to not do that. I carried that for a long time. So I didn't go to that hospital, and my mother passed away. And everything I was focused on in life went with her. And I didn't want to move in with my dad and his new family, so I became parentless and homeless the weekend before Thanksgiving when I was 16 years old. 1 year goes by. I'm still homeless. My friends are getting ready to graduate from or starting their senior year in high school, and I'm still out there in the world. 2 years go by. I'm still there. Finally, after running out of options, I'm living in the vacant house that my family used to live in for 2 more years, till I was 20 years old. And finally, my brother, who was in the military, came back from overseas, and he said, hey, you can come and live with me in California, but you need to do 2 things. You need to go get that GED test, because remember, I never went back to school. And you're going to have to get a job when you come out here. So I dragged myself in that office, embarrassed, to go get that GED test, because I needed it to get a job. And I moved here to California, and I got 3 jobs. I was working at a Navy base during the day, I was working at McDonald's at night, and I was bussing tables on the weekends. That sounds like I'm doing something really good, right? I'm out there, I got 3 jobs, but I still felt terrible. You know why? Because when I should have went to that hospital to say goodbye to my mother, I wouldn't forgive myself for that. I was letting that steal any joy from my life. Don't do that. Don't let things steal joy in your lives. And so now I'm working 3 jobs, and I'm working at McDonald's, and I'm washing dishes. That job sucks. I would just say to you that. You have to put that plastic bag on, that trash bag, and back then I thought I was cool. I had this really large afro, and I had this paper hat in my head, and the trash bag was not working for me, and I didn't like washing dishes. And I asked a question, and that question changed my entire life, the answer to that question. And I think it could add value to your life as well. I asked, what's a guy have to do to not have to wash dishes every night? And the shift supervisor laughed. His name was Noli Carboni. I will always remember him. And he said, well, if you do an awesome job washing dishes, I might let you cook a hamburger. He laughed. I didn't. I did an awesome job washing dishes, and he let me cook a hamburger. Then I was a great cook, and he let me work the drive-thru. And I was great in the drive-thru, and he let me become a cashier. And when they needed a shift supervisor, they asked me. I didn't have any goals to do any of that. I was only trying to do one thing. Whatever was in front of me at that moment, to be the very best at it that I could be. And you know where this possibly goes, right? They needed an assistant manager. Then they needed a store manager. So I'm 22 years old, 2 years from being homeless, managing a $2 million McDonald's. But I don't have any joy in that because remember, I haven't forgave myself yet for not going to that hospital. So, and that continues. So then someone says, hey, you know, why don't you join corporate McDonald's? You can work your way up. Sure. I did that, and next I'm managing 5 McDonald's here in Rialto, Fontana, and Colton. And then the most important thing that happened in my life to date is I met my beautiful wife, Armida, working at McDonald's. And we did not want to work for the same company. So I went to go work at Starbucks. And so now I'm running a lot of Starbucks. One day at Starbucks, Howard Schultz, the founder, comes by. He visits the stores. I'm just doing my job. And he says, you know, we have a job for you. I actually thought I was getting fired. I thought they found out that I only have a GED. They found out that I'm a fraud. They found out that I'm faking this. But that wasn't it. 2 weeks later, I'm in Seattle, and I'm in this meeting, and Starbucks is going into this partnership with Magic Johnson. And they're going to open Starbucks all over the country in low-income, diverse communities all over the country, and they want me to lead that partnership. And the only thing they know about me is the job that I was doing in front of me, I was going to do my very best. That's what they knew about me. As soon I find myself in that job, and at a different time, at a different date, I can tell you some stories about Magic Johnson, but that would be for a later time. But I'm doing that job. I have no other goals. I haven't gone back to school. And they say, Michael, we have a job for you. We want to bring you back here to the Inland Empire. We're going to open Starbucks all over the Inland Empire, and we'd like you to do that because that's where you live. So I came back to do that. I'm doing that for 4 years. And someone finally says, what do you want to do? Do you have any goals? And I didn't really want to set any other goals, but I thought, well, you know, maybe I could be a vice president one day. Maybe I could do that. And he said, absolutely, you can do that. However, a college degree is preferred. So see, there's one thing I didn't tell you yet. I had tried to go back to school 8 times. I think that's 8 fingers. 8 times. Flunked out, dropped out. I just couldn't get over the hump. But at this point, I've got 2 little girls. I'm married. And so I made that decision that I was actually going to go and do that in 2007. So I worked for 2 years and got my AA, 2 more years, and I got my, or 3 more years, got my bachelor's. And then Starbucks says, we have a job for you. We need you to go from California to New York, and we need, you know, Starbucks is all over the place here, but on the East Coast, it's kind of Dunkin'. Starbucks is kind of second or third, so Starbucks wasn't doing real well then. And they asked me to move my family to New York, and we moved to New York, and they said, you do this, Michael, and you would accomplish that goal to be a vice president. But God had a plan. You see, my wife is fine today. We'll be married 25 years next month, but we had a cancer scare. And the thing, if you know about our family, my wife is a strong Latina from Sinaloa. Her mother has 11 siblings, her father has 11 siblings, and when we lived here in California, look, I mean, you go to a birthday party, there's like 300 people there, and it goes on for like 8 hours. But we are in New York. We have a birthday party, there's 4 of us on FaceTime with our family. And she says, she calls me guapo, you know, so I like when she does that, but she says, guapo, te extraña mi familia. No quiere vivir más en Nueva York. And so that vice president job that was right there was not more important than my family. So I needed to look for a different company. And I went somewhere else, and I joined this corporate dining company. And they said, we'll move you back to California. But, and in that interview process, they said, but we have one job we want you to do. So the thing about corporate dining is you have these large buildings in cities like New York, 40 or 50,000 people are in that building. They all can't go out to lunch. So corporate dining folks built restaurants and different things on different floors, and that's what I did. And they were going to move me back. But they said, Michael, wait, we have a job for you before we do that. We just need you to work in New York for a year, and then we'll move you back. And I would do that. And so each step along the way, I just focused on doing the very best at the job that I was doing. I hadn't set any other goals, and when I set goals, there was a different plan along the way. And that sustained me. Marrying the right person in my life helped me stop dragging that chain along. helped me figure out a way that I could forgive myself, that I could live in the present. And so I said to you, it's important for you to live in the present. Don't let anything in your past steal your joy. What you've accomplished is a very big deal in your lives. But I also said to you that you're superheroes. And I said to you that I was going to prove that to you. So let me give a couple of examples, and if this pertains to you. So if you are someone's very best friend, so I'm not talking about one of the boys that you watch a game with or someone you go shopping with. I'm talking about when your phone is on 2% and you're outside on some freeway and it's raining and you got one call to make. You're the person they're going to call. I'm talking about when they've lost a loved one and they're bawling and crying and hysterical. You're the person that they're going to call. When they have got engaged or they're going to do something big like this, or potentially they're graduating like this today and they've invited you to come. I'm talking about that kind of friendship. Imagine their lives without you. Think about how important you are to their lives. If you are taking care of elder parents, and I'll just say, look, one thing that my culture as an African American and my wife's culture as a Hispanic have in common is, we take care of our parents. There are no homes, we don't send them anywhere, and for those of you who are doing that, that's a hard job. For those of you who are doing that, imagine their lives without you. If you are working every day to keep a roof over your family's head, check to check, month by month, imagine your family's lives without you. If you're counting money on the kitchen table, hoping you've got enough money just to get to the next month, just to feed their family. Imagine their lives without you. You see, we make heroes out of the person that makes the iPhone or the person that makes the electric car. They're not your friend's best friend, you are. They're not taking care of your parents, you are. They're not working 2 jobs and go to school to make a life better, you are. Look, there are 7 billion people in the world, and nobody is better at being you than you. None of those other people can impact their families the way that you can. So now there comes some responsibility. So I hope you believe now that I believe you're superheroes, right? But there's some responsibility with that. So you can be proud today and you can celebrate because you've earned something really important. But it's how you pay it back. And I'll end with, I'll tell you about two superheroes I work with at the Boys and Girls Club. So there's a grandmother, and I'll call her Grandmother Irene. I won't share what her real name is. And she's 83 years old. And she is the last living relative of her granddaughter, and I'll call her Little C. So the thing you want to know about Irene, Grandma Irene, is no one in her family has lived over 80. She's 83. She's faced with the fact that she's not going to live long enough to take care of her granddaughter. And so how does she absorb that? Does she feel sorry for herself? No. That grandmother exercises more than I do. She eats better than I do. She enjoys every moment with her granddaughter. She even writes the stories of her family's lives just so that Little C will have those stories. She's one of my superheroes. And it's these 2 brothers, I'll call them, their both names begin with E's. They're 12 and 10. And those 2 brothers came to me about 2 weeks into the job. It's around Christmas time. And they said, Mr. Michael, we have a favor we'd like to ask you. You see, and those 2 brothers have had a tough year, by the way. They lost their grandmother to COVID in August. They lost their aunt to COVID in November. So they've had a tough time. But yet, those brothers, they said, Mr. Michael, we'd like to ask you if we could do a favor. You see, we've had a hard year, but we have a lot of family that's going to give us things for Christmas, but Little C only has her grandmother. She's only going to get a couple of toys from her grandmother. So instead of us picking a toy for us, can we give our choices to Little C so that she could have a few more toys? See, there comes responsibility when you're a superhero, and you now are one. And I'll give you one other example that you're a superhero. There may be people sitting here thinking, I had a child early in age. Can I ever go back to school? You are proving that they can. There may be someone sitting here thinking, I had a few stumbles with the law possibly, and I don't know if I could ever go back to school. You are proving that they can. Or there may be grandmothers who have worked in the fields all their lives to take care of their kids, and they've chosen to go back. And there may be someone sitting in that crowd that you relate that relate to that story. What you've done is a big deal. I'll end where I began. Take this moment in. Because at the end of the day, life isn't year by year or month by month or week by week. It's moment by moment. Don't miss the moments. Be your best self in those moments. Do your very best. Do your very best at everything you do because you may not know who's looking. You may not know who's looking. Do your very best at everything you do and embrace your superhero-ness. Thank you. God bless you.
I knew I recognized you from somewhere because I'm from Michigan too. Small world. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you, Michael, for that inspirational speech. Thank you so much for being here. So we're very proud of the students who are graduating from Victor Valley Region's adult schools this year. In addition to graduating and receiving your high school diploma, many of you are transitioning to Victor Valley College to get that certificate, to get that associate degree, to transfer, to get that bachelor degree, to get that master's, to get that PhD. In recognition of the ongoing pursuit of your education, all of the graduates here who are enrolled in a community college, please stand and be acknowledged. Thank you. For those of you who did not stand, tomorrow, you might have saw all the signs. The building out on Bear Valley Road with all the flags in front of it's our one-stop center. Tomorrow, 3 o'clock, 3 to 5, 3 to 6. We're going to close when we're all done. I want you over there. Say, Todd Scott sent me. I don't need an appointment. I'm going over there. It's one and done. You get in there, get all registered, get matriculated, and get yourself enrolled. Just take one class. That's the theme, right? Don't let anything stop you. Keep on the grind. So thank you very much, and we will see you over there tomorrow.
I got that. I'm going to use that. Todd Scott sent me. So now, we are at that point. That we have been waiting for, and you have been working for, the certification of your graduation from one of our adult schools. And so with that, we're going to start by inviting our board president from Victor Valley College to come over here and stand with me, and then I want to call up Gabriel Acuna. Come back over, Gabriel. As our first graduate from Victor Valley College in our GED program. And now I'd like to call Trinae Nelson and Board President Rick Raleigh. Sorry. We got you. Your turn.
I certify that these students in the class of 2022 have met all graduation requirements of the Apple Valley School District and the state of California.
Shauna Glum.
Rosa Rivera.
Cynthia Luna.
Aide Leva.
Juanita Renteria.
Eugenia Membreno Menendez.
Justine Carlson.
Ronnie Dixon.
Frederick Salazar.
George Benavides Jr.
Christopher Ray.
Leticia Pina Orejel.
Thais Moreno.
Rebecca Roday.
Ignacio Moreles.
Tanisha Walker.
I want to take a moment to say that Ms. Walker is a product of both Hesperia and Apple. Blanca Rangel.
Gabrielle Graham.
Joseph Gutierrez.
Alicia Aguilar.
Ana B. Ramirez Mejia.
Heather Fowler.
Rosa Sandoval.
Irving Lopez Ruby.
Zhang Zhang.
Alicia Payzant.
Vanessa Montgomery.
Jessica Vasquez.
Alyssa Carrillo.
Makisha Haymond.
Angelica Vega.
Angelina Acevedo.
Haley Galialand.
Tawny Shaw.
Corina Peterson.
Norma Beatriz Quijada.
Sarah Lopez Rodas.
Martha Jones.
Sabrina Arroyo.
Katrina Little.
Victor Concepcion.
Tina Drew.
Gabriela Rivas.
Gladys Navarro.
Dora Maria Reyes.
Estella Barron.
Mark Thomas.
Maria Walker.
Alejandria Evanridge.
Alize Arola Jones.
Gabriela Paez.
Brenda Melgar Alvarenga.
Deborah Mendoza.
Daniel Solorza.
Samantha De Leon.
Kildre Cisneros.
Yvette Cordova.
Jeremy Chavez.
Yela Williams.
Lene Brown Watts.
Elizabeth Sid Figueroa.
Christina Emerson.
April Ortega.
And Jessica Lupien.
And now it's time for the Snowline Joint Unified School District with Dr. Ryan Holman and Marcus Hernandez, Board President.
Hey, thanks, my friend. Thanks. Which one do I read right here?
It's right there.
Right here? Oh, wait. All right.
No. One more.
I certify that these students in the class of 2022 have met all graduation requirements of the Snowline Joint Unified School District and the state of California.
Samantha Cheney. Susan Morrison. James Morrison. Okay. Maria Verduzco Lopez. Laura Gonzalez. Lily Bond. Esmeralda Tovar. Madhavi Mendez. Tanya Whitfield. Kilashandra Hawkins. Abriana Cook. Shantane Davis.
Boy, thank you for that wonderful ovation. You know, Shantane just got here, and you might remember that our wonderful principal and director of this program read it, but she's just asked that she read it right now too, and I know you'll join me in giving her a huge ovation. Let's listen to Shantane right now. You want me to hold it for you?
Okay, can you guys hear me? I'm really nervous, okay? You never know what life will throw at you. For me, it was getting shot months before my graduation at 18 and ended up paralyzed, not knowing if every day or even 12 years was promised to me. My daughter was only 6 months at the time, and she's 12 now. Casey, stand up. Where's Casey? I can't, there she is. I always said I would go back to school when she started school at 6, but I ended up getting sick and in the hospital off and on for months. So that prolonged me getting my diploma. And then when I felt strong enough, the adult schools were full. And then I met Yvette. Where's Yvette? That's right there. Can you stand up, Yvette? About 3 years ago, she mentioned Snowline Adult School. I then ended up getting sick again, and that prolonged me getting my diploma again. I then told myself that if there will always be pain or random hospital stays, I'll never get my diploma. So through pain, hospital stays, and being a mom, I worked tirelessly and got my diploma at 30. So whatever life throws at you, always get back up. Don't give up. I got back up. You got back up. We succeeded against all odds, and I tear up every time I say I did it. My family keeps mentioning how proud they are of me. Overall, success feels incredible, man. I know some of you know the feeling. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Wow, very inspiring and very moving. And now, for the Victor Valley Union High School District Superintendent, Dr. Ron Williams, in solo.
I certify that the students of the class of 2022 have met all graduation requirements of the Victor Valley Union High School District and the state of California.
Ruby Avila. Crystal Montañez. Samaria Rucker. No card. Oh. Catherine Pineda. Estrella Ruiz. Portia Melendez. Rose Mejia. Edith Mesa. Terriana Trailer. Matthew Moreno. Humberto González. Doyle Portis. Denise Sanchez. Melvin Benitez. Elba Benitez. Benitez, perdón. Annalie Osborne. Elaine Cruz. Fabiola Castellanos. Autumn Rojas. Crystal Sproul. Anthony Robinson. Adelaide Archila. Mariah Haley. Caitlin Carroll. Kaylin Harris. Jacqueline Gomez. Malcolm Evans. Amanda Andrea Hodges. Tonicia Davis. Caitlin Quiros. Nolan Moore. Natalie Ramirez. Jennifer Heredia Davila. Summer Milton. Destiny Gonzalez. Yadira Burnaby. Sorry. Mercedes Godinez. Lisbeth Santos. Shyla Smith. Ashley Ross. Anisha Allen. Devin Johnson. Jose Guzman. Sixto Rubalcaba. Serena Hernandez. Jose Aguilar. Alexander de la Paz. Aiden White. Andrew McLean. Taiwan Grant.
And now, the Hesperia Unified School District Superintendent David Olney and Board President Maria Gomez.
Good afternoon. Before I get started, I just want to congratulate all the class of 2022. As the superintendent of Hesperia Unified, I certify that these students in the class of 2022 have met all graduation requirements of the Hesperia Unified School District and the state of California. Congratulations.
Tabitha Spressert. Diamond Avalos. Jasmine Lopez. Ali Perez Vargas Valenzo. Alicia Arnelas. Jackie Perez. Daniel Schregel. Shantisha Taylor. Dora Barrios. Andre Cleveland. Kiara Jackson Phillips. Ashley Prest. Tracy de la Huerta. Monica Flores. Ricky Nunez. Alicia Hernandez. Esther Ruiz Hueso. Maria Santa Maria. Brandon Keys. Sylvia Hernandez. Christine Ladd. Marlene Garcia. Audrey Canavan. Vanessa Ivellaneda. Selena Astorga. Alondra Espinosa. Michael Orona. Brianna Merrill. Shantira Butler. Francine Enciso. Troy Stewart. Alexander Ramos. Elaine Reyes. Precious Thomas. Chandrika Jones. Blair Gable. Carmen Alexander. Maria de la Luz Garcia. Rachel Hernandez. Marquine Valdez. Angela Mata. Candy Rodriguez Borreos. Maria Navarro. Marlene Serafino. Markeisha Rayford. Markeisha Rayford. Diana Vasquez.
Cruz.
Wow, wow, wow. Please give our graduates a round of applause. Woo! On behalf of the school districts of the Victor Valley Adult Education Consortium, I recommend that the 2022 graduating class of Victor Valley College, Apple Valley Adult, Hesperia Adult, Snowline Adult, and Victor Valley Adult schools be awarded their diplomas.
Graduates, for those who can, would you please stand? I would like everyone to please move their tassel from the right to the left side as an outward symbol of your diploma.
Yay! Oh, yeah. So if everyone would be seated. This brings us to the end of our ceremony, but we'd like to ask everyone to please remain in your seat until the graduating class reaches the back door. Can you do that? All right, so we're going to begin by asking the platform party to recede, and then we'll have the graduates.